The British Fist Evolution give you a video on the WWE Network and the cuts within the WWE. And here we have Mark Ryder looking very smart.
How's it going?
And me, NJ. Now, let's start off with the WWE Network, the most exciting thing to hit the WWE in many years. The WWE keep letting us know that each and every week. So, your thoughts on the network coming to the UK after the US?
I'm not going to sit here and shoot on the WWE Network because the concept of it as like a Netflix for wrestling fans is great. I want to see old pay-per-views. I want to see these new shows. And you know what? I may buy it, depending on how I feel. I may buy it. I may subscribe. The fact of the matter is that the cost involved to the WWE, this is where they are getting shot down because they can't be making a lot of money here. They can't be.
I feel with the likelihood of the WWE bringing this out may increase the price. I think the $9.99 is to grab as many people as they can. Maybe there was no secret small print, but I have no reason why the WWE won't raise this up another $10 once they feel that they could benefit doing that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's $9.99 a month at the moment. Will it become $19.99? Would you still buy it? That's the question. Would you still buy it? If you're not buying it at $9.99 that they keep plugging it at $9.99, are you going to buy it any more than that? While I agree, it is fantastic value. You get all your pay-per-views, you get all of these different things, and that is great. Are there enough hardcore fans that are going to buy it? Because if, you know, look, for example, us two here, I don't know about yourself, I probably might buy it. I don't know if you'll buy it.
I look at the WWE Network, and yes, there are minor things that I'd want from the network, like a pay-per-view or two, but it's not really got me jumping for joy to get it. So it's got its benefits, but it's probably not likely I'm going to get it.
And there we go. We're two what we would class as massive professional wrestling fans, hardcore fans, if you will. And only one out of the two of us are going to buy it. Now, if that's the case, and we're from obviously Britain, hence the British Fist Evolution, you know, if only one of us two are going to buy it, how many of you are going to buy it? And not only that, how many people who are casual wrestling fans are going to buy it? I don't think it's going to be as big as what they're hoping for. I really don't.
I'm sure with the fact that the WWE are using box office to play their some of their pay-per-views, we could get it cheaper via the network. So maybe it'll be different here in the UK. I thought it would be different in the United States because they've got a cheaper route to do this. But obviously it weren't the case as much as the WWE were hoping for. But I'm sure the WWE are going to do what they can to make the network continue to grow, and I'll be really interested if there was ever a poll out there or something to let us know how many fans or British Fist fans would be getting this network so they can take the benefit of what the WWE are offering us at such a cheap price.
I mean, as we record this video, we still haven't got the WWE Network in England, which is where we live. Please comment in the comment section below because I'd like to hear from you. What's it like? You know, I've got Netflix, NJ's got Netflix, so we know, you know, your streaming media. We get that. We know what that looks like. Can you tell us what it looks like? Is it worth getting? What are your experiences of the WWE Network? Do you think it's worth us subscribing to it? You know, is there enough involvement in it to actually warrant it, or does it pay for itself because of how much pay-per-views would cost?
But we're talking about what we can benefit by getting the network. The WWE's benefits haven't really been that solid with these recent cuts. They say that they're not as bad as they thought they were, but they're still continuing with Cuts.
I mentioned in another video, they're looking. I can't see. Let's start again. Okay, WWE are not stupid. They're very savvy. As much as what any of you ladies and gentlemen out there might think, they are very savvy, and they have got a massive team behind the scenes in Stamford, Connecticut, that are doing what they do to make sure it is right. They will have known via market research how TNA are doing. Okay, as much as they might stand there and say, we don't care about TNA, they're not a legitimate threat to our business, that as the case may be, they will look at what they're doing. They will know that Spike TV have stopped their contract with TNA. They will know that they are literally running on nothing at the moment. And they will know that there is a potential that they can lose a hell of a lot of revenue in the model that they're currently running. So there is no way that they can be functioning, as far as I'm concerned, if they're going to be making a loss from this.
And TNA is obviously a big, wild thing that the WWE can take advantage of. But the thing I want to talk to you about, viewers and Mark, is they've done some cuts already. I'm just thinking, we can agree with the releases. They weren't like heartbreaking. Some of them weren't heartbreaking.
No.
But they did leave some people behind who we thought could be released and it wouldn't affect the WWE. We could say Heath Slater could have benefited.
Yeah.
Hornswoggle,
yeah.
I'd say Adam Rose, but maybe different for
Possibly
you.
Adam Rose, yeah.
Los Matadores.
Why? Ryback.
Eventually could have.
You know,
Fandango.
Does anybody really care? You know, there is a lot of talent out there that WWE is still paying for, and there's also people. I mean, you know, I know this sounds horrible to say this, but you know, RVD,
Jerry Lawler. Sadly,
I know that they're classic, and you know, I've got loads of respect for these guys, but you know, is that the future? You know, every time you watch a WWE program, you will see the opening segment, the opening little bits and pieces, then, now, forever. At the moment, I can see the then. Oh, I can see the then. And I can see the now. I can't see the forever at the moment. And that's where this is coming into an interesting way of thinking. Because the forever should be the network. The forever should be social media. The forever should be the app. I can't see it at the minute.
The WWE, yes, they need their jobbers. They need their talent that are there to lose.
Sandow.
Carly.
Sandow.
I don't want to put him on that list, but it looks like he could. They need those guys, but at the same time, the WWE got rid of the likes of some names, but kept these names. You could back up some of them, but I could have backed up some of the releases they had. It's not just wrestlers the WWE could release. Even though growing up, I did like the pay-per-view at the end of each month. Exciting times, something to look forward to after school, after work. But taking out a pay-per-view, especially the likes of Hell in the Cell, which costs a lot to possibly do that pay-per-view, or set up the nice stage for these stuff. Get rid of a few pay-per-views within the year.
Payback. Who cares? Night of Champions. Who cares? Yeah, and I agree with you. You know, that's sort of like the TNA route, isn't it? Because they drastically cut their pay-per-views.
But WWE wouldn't get rid of that much. They'll probably get rid of 4, possibly, and keep still enough so they get their money's worth and they could have enough time to build up to. But I feel that the WWE, the fact they're making all these gimmicky pay-per-views, which the fact they're gimmicky, of course they're going to cost a lot because they've got this speciality about them, and you should look at how much revenue or how much they're bringing in, see if they're worth keeping, because they save you some money too, not just releasing names.
Well, Payback, Extreme Rules, Vengeance, Hell in a Cell, they're 4 pay-per-views that they could theoretically just cut like that. Because at the end of the day, a Hell in a Cell match can be on a pay-per-view. It doesn't have to be its own pay-per-view. Because let's face it, how many Hell in a Cells nowadays, in the last 5 years in the professional wrestling industry, how many Hell in a Cells have had all Hell in a Cell matches on? And there's just one match normally, maybe 2 matches at most, out of a card of about 8 matches.
Same with the chamber. I think the chambers, because the size of that's going to cost a lot to bring out each year and set up. Yeah. Yes.
You know, the infrastructure on that. Extreme Rules. Why do you need to have a pay-per-view to have Extreme Rules? Why can't there be a Extreme Rules match in a single pay-per-view?
I do agree they should keep at least a pay-per-view after WrestleMania, because that's normally the better pay-per-view than WrestleMania sometimes, but maybe not Extreme Rules like you said.
You know, the only ones I would keep, if I'm honest, if I'm looking at pay-per-views, for example, obviously you've got your big four, so Rumble's not going to go anywhere, neither SummerSlam, Survivor Series, WrestleMania. I like a TLC, and I know it sounds horrible, and some people might criticise me for this. I actually like a Money in the Bank. I know that people will say, actually, do you know what? You could cut that and get that to WrestleMania.
I think that was so.
But yeah. I don't know. I like Money in the Bank. I think I've got special moments of Money in the Bank because of what happened in 2011. But anyway.
And I personally keep, no, maybe not Extreme Rules, but put another, just a normal pay-per-view there. But pay-per-view was another. The travelling they should keep doing, because that's what the WWE are brilliant at. The merchandise, especially here in the UK, Eurostore. What is that? They hardly sell anything on there. They don't sell the classic shirts. I feel reducing their Euro or even WWE shop and just keep it to the now shirts. I feel that if they sold like the DX shirts, the NWO shirts, the maybe older than that, Eddie Guerrero shirts, speciality shirts, people would be all over that.
And not only that as well, whoever I buy some WWE t-shirts, and you've seen me wear them throughout some of my videos. But whoever's designing some of the new ones should be shot, because for every good one they release some bloody awful shirts, and I'm not paying 20, 25 quid for that. You know, that's a lot of money. And I just feel that, you know, you've got a great business model. You've got people that want to invest in shirts sometimes, in pay-per-views, or even in Raw events, live events. For example, when I go to see Raw and SmackDown live events, I want to invest in a shirt as a souvenir, as something to remember from that actual event. But so many of them are awful. Why would I want to?
And this is really horrible, because like you see, this is one of my favourite shirts. The quality they put into this, instead of just a black shirt, white writing, it's a waste. Like Brock Lesnar, Bo Dallas, some of Damien Sandow's, Rock. It's just terrible when the WWE. This is why I think they should be bringing back selling the classics. And if they're going to continue making new ones, make them special in a way.
Exactly, make them unique and make them want you actually to invest in them.
And talk about other cuts. I know this video is going to go on a while, but there's just so much floating around in our minds about this, like the guest host or the musical stuff. At pay-per-views, you expect this, but when you're throwing something on a Raw just because it's in their area, from the recent example, Flo Rida.
Exactly. I mean, how much does it cost Flo Rida to be on there? How much did it cost Aaron Paul when Breaking Bad was this massive hype to get on there? That's not free. That's not free, ladies and gentlemen. That's cost the WWE a hell of a lot of money. You know, the previous week's Raw, we had pyro for RVD to come down and then get sent back. How much does that pyro cost? This is expensive stuff.
And Ric Flair to walk in, shake John Cena's hand, and leave.
Yeah, how much have they paid Ric Flair just to do that? You know, it's just unbelievable.
Like, yes, we do like a good music stuff. You know, paying. Oh, we're getting wrestling. Oh, and a music. But it should be at pay-per-views. It should be like WrestleMania. Guest host, cut that out. Yes, we're seeing celebrities on our show as well. But at the same time, with this cut costing, don't you think that's not worth it?
Exactly. And that's and as much as I love him, you know, Hulk Hogan coming back from time to time. How much they WWE paying Hogan? How much would they be paying Sting to do the same?
Let me say this. I'm gonna say this because I've felt this since he lost to John Cena at Extreme Rules. Brock frickin' Lesnar. He's getting paid to be on his frickin' arse at home going, ha ha ha, I get paid all this money and I only have to pay a few. What the hell, WWE? Yes, he's a big name, but you're paying him money to do nothing.
Exactly. And, you know, to flip that coin and to be fair, Chris Jericho. You know, what contract is Chris Jericho on? Is he on a pay-per-play contract? Or is he on a long sort of like, you know, Legends contract, whatever you want to call it? He's getting money, you know, for 6 months of the year to entertain and for 6 months of the year to be on tour with Fozzy and just to use his brand. You know, I love Jericho. To be honest, I do like Lesnar. I love Hogan. But all of these guys and girls, they're going to add up at the end of the day.
And I don't think the solution would be to raise prices on your merchandise, the network, the subscriptions to stuff. Like we've been speaking, stopping the magazines, stopping certain merchandise, which there are fans out there that probably admire and love. It's just the WWE. We've named some things that might help the cut costs, as long as you don't do the stupid Senate thing when Linda pops back round again. That won't help you at all. But people, please share your thoughts on the WWE Network, the cut costing, in the comment section below.
We want to hear from you. We want to hear exactly what your thoughts are. Do you agree with what we're saying? Have we gone over the top of it? Or have we not gone far enough? Give us your thoughts, give us your feedback, because we want to hear exactly how you would run that business.
Till next time, YouTubers. Goodbye.